on his armor, and he essayed to go. Okay, let's see. Raise my windows here. Getting too much outside noise and interference. Thank the Lord. The David was prepared to go to the battle. Saul had put all his armor on him. Now, what we have to remember, as I said to you in the beginning, now Saul was a man head and shoulders above other men. So when Saul put his armor upon David, this armor did not fit David because it was too big for him. Saul was much bigger than the average Israelite, so Saul's armor did not fit David at all. His armor was not suitable for David to go out and to fight in battle. It was way too big and too heavy. And so he put his armor upon him and his helmet of brass upon his head, also his arms, his coats, and maul. And David girded his sword upon his armor, and he essayed to go, for he had not proven it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proven them. You go to battle, you need to know what you're fighting with, in other words. David said, I haven't proven these weapons. I don't know nothing about these. But the weapons he killed the bear with, the weapon he killed the lion with, David had proved those. He knew what those could do. So he said, I can't go with these weapons. I've not proven them. I don't know nothing about them. I can't fight with this. And he took his staff in his hand and chose him 5. He took his shepherd's staff and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook and put them in the shepherd's bag, which he had, even a scrip, and his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine. He took his own weapons of war. He took his own weapons to fight with. He had a sling, and he had 5 smooth stones that he took to go out to meet this Philistine. And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David. And the men came bare shield before him. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he had disdain for David, for he was but a youth, and ruddy, and a fair countenance. And the Philistine said unto him, Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with a staff? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. And the Philistine said, David, come to me, and I will give thee thy flesh to the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field. Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thou in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defiled. This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee, and I will give thy carcass of thy host to the Philistines this day, unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there's a God in Israel. I'm telling you, praise the Lord today. This David had some confidence in his God. And I say to you today, have you done what God told you to do? When God tell you to go forth, when God tell you, I will give you the victory, believe God. Trust in him. Don't let nobody make you doubt God. When you know that God is your redeemer, when you know God is your deliverer, you put your trust in him and you don't let nobody make you back down. No matter what they say, no matter who they are, no matter what they do, you keep on holding on to God. You keep on looking up and living by faith. And this is what David was saying. He said, my God is going to deliver you into my hands. He had that kind of confidence in God, that he was going to trust God to deliver this Philistine into his hand. He wasn't worried about what this Philistine had and what this Philistine could do, because he knew who his God was. He knew the capabilities of his God. And he said, God is going to deliver you into my hands. He had that much trust in the Lord. And this is the way we must have today. We must learn to trust in God with all of our hearts, knowing that our God is going to deliver the enemy into our hands. And this is what David said of Goliath. Today, I'm going to deliver you unto the carcass, to the wild beast, and to the birds and the fowls of the air. I'm going to deliver your carcass to them. Because God is going to give me the victory, because you have defied the living God of Israel. And the world is going to know that there's a God who lives in Israel. When you put your trust and your faith in God, all things are possible. Nothing is too hard for our God today. If we will trust in him and put all of our faith and confidence in God, we will prevail against the enemy, no matter how big and strong he might be. No